And may the last one burn into flames. Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom cut me loose, hey. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too. I break chains all by myself. Won't let my freedom rot in hell. Hey, I'ma keep on running 'cause a winner don't quit on themselves.
Definitely joining BSU and being kind of in that environment definitely made me feel more included and more like wanted.
BSU's definitely shaped my senior year positively, like meeting new people, meeting people I've already met before, and like strengthening new connections and building new ones.
It's also definitely impacted my parents. My mom did it in high school as well, so she was really, really excited.
It's really like good to have a group of Black individuals come together and talk about the situations that are being presented at the school.
I came into CRLS freshman year kind of misguided, and I knew I've always wanted to get into social justice movements, but until BSU started, I didn't really have a foundation for that. And BSU was my foundation, so I could like get my voice to be heard, which is what I've always wanted to do.
When people in Cambridge try to help people of color, they push it too far.
One of the biggest problems facing Cambridge is that the people of Cambridge and Cambridge itself is too afraid of being labeled as racist that it's not willing to actually like try and change.
We don't want special privileges. We don't want to stand out.
After teachers were advised to write appreciation letters to Black male students, you kind of wonder what it says to the Black male students that their teachers are solely giving them letters.
What's been happening in the country and what's been happening at Ringe, I'm afraid that other students of color to be treated a certain way from just by the color of their skin.
But also, I think it kind of disregards Black women in general. As Malcolm X said, the Black woman is the most disregarded and unprotected woman in America.
We just want to be treated equally as them.
In both videos, there were a majority of Black females, so I don't understand how those videos would link to giving Black males letters.
People's characters don't always match their actions or their words. Like, people can be racist as hell and still have a Black Lives Matter poster in their window.
I don't see why it's that hard not to be extra with it.
That kind of creates this attitude within white people in Cambridge where it's like they expect you to be grateful to them always, because even the parts that suck about living here are way better than it would be in Texas or way better than it would be in Mississippi. But I don't know if it is.
I feel like the creation of BSU was a prideful thing.
Kind of just wanted a safe space where we all felt comfortable and we all felt welcomed and we all felt valued, because none of us feel that way in school. We haven't felt like that ever in school, so I feel like that's why we created BSU in the first place.
And then just slowly got shot more and more times and ended up a dying animal.
Because after volume 1 and 2 dropped, we had a really huge lack of attendance just because Black and brown students were scared to be associated with us.
Probably the main misconception is that like BSU is anti-white, which I think is completely irrational. Like, I felt very accepted here.
They didn't want their teachers to treat them poorly because of it.
Like, we were enjoying each other's company, and it wasn't always like the white gaze wasn't there.
So instead of turning to a community they needed, they ran away from it because of the association.
Quite frankly, when we were the good niggers, when we weren't complaining about the institution in which we were in, like, nobody was policing our behavior.
Being a part of BSU, people started treating me like one of the Black kids and not like the one Black friend.
And that was like a really different experience for me.
When you come to Cambridge, you think everyone here is so nice and no one's racist and no one's ever trying to be disrespectful, like it's a little happy place.
Seeing like the different challenges that the other BSU members have been going through has been like really hard.
But after my 12 years of being in CPSD, it has shown me that it's completely opposite.
We just feel like we don't matter. We don't feel the need to come to school. And the worst thing you can do for a student is to lose a student, and you've lost many students over the years. So do better.
We come to school every day. We don't have a place where we can like feel safe. We don't have a place where we can talk to people and be heard. And teachers know, and especially the teachers who are like, oh yeah, BSU, great job. And teachers all of a sudden have a voice and can email this about snow days, how it's unsafe for them to come in. But when it comes to issues of Black and brown students, they're like nowhere to be found.
Let's meet, let's talk about it. Let's get $300,000 together so we can research and talk about things. Stop talking, start doing stuff.
It's hard for Black and brown students to go to college. It's hard for us to get jobs. It's hard for us to be alive. And so when we come to school and we want to do better, it's not like we don't want to do better, we want to sit at home and do nothing. And we feel attacked every single day. That's another thing that's added onto the list. And I don't care if you're sitting here like, oh, I'm liberal, oh, I like Black people. No, you're still racist. Deal with it. Do something about it because you're the only person that can.
I'm 99% sure that there won't be a BSU next year.
And that sucks.
I hope there's still a BSU because that's kind of like one of the only things this year that I've enjoyed doing.
If like BSU isn't a thing, you need to find some way, I guess you need to somehow support your students. Hire more Black teachers. I think it's not a very innovative idea. It's a simple solution.
Even if the actual BSU organization does not exist next year, if Dua's room continues to be an open space and what it is, in fact that if he's still here, I hope that people also gain the confidence to come into that room and continue the open space for years and years, because finding that open space can bring more confidence than you'd ever know.